What is going on, guys? Zuggyfishing here, back to you with another video. I appreciate y'all for clicking on this one. Love y'all with all my heart. Today we have a very special video, one I've wanted to be doing for a long time. I haven't done one of these in forever, but we got a catch and cook going on. I'm about to meet up with Mr. Branyan, aka Bran_fish, and if you are an OG on the channel, you'll know him from a while ago. We fished for barramundi together down in Florida and bass, and that was a great time. We're gonna see what we catch today. We have some shiners, and we're gonna see if we can do a little catch and cook today. It's actually super cold. It was like a low of 36 this morning, and it's like 54 right now, so it's a little chilly. But hopefully we catch some crappie and some bluegill and have a really cool catch and cook, because I like doing these. I think they're super fun, and I don't do them that often, so this is a pretty cool experience for me. Teach y'all how to fillet. Branyan is a master chef, so that's gonna be pretty sick. So we're gonna get right into it. We're about to arrive at the fishing spot and get some lines wet and catch some fish. Then we're gonna bring them back to the house and fillet them and see what we can get into. Appreciate y'all for clicking on this one. All glory to God. Be positive, just fish. Our first python. That's a stud fish, yo. I have him. Look at this fish. It's a 10-pounder. That's like a 300-pound grouper.
Threw it in front of his face like 15 times. He's not exactly huge, but you want the bucket in case we don't catch anything else.
Giants.
Monsters out here.
Only giants.
Only giants here in Middle Alabama.
Alrighty, well I wasn't recording, but there's the first one of the day. It is freezing, guys. I am suffering out here. It is like very, very cold, and I have a heavy jacket on. Not very good, but ooh, I just got a bite too. Oh, we're doubled up, boys. Oh my gosh. They're biting. They're biting. They're biting, boys. Got a little bluegill. Alright, let's get a bucket full of these guys so we can cook them up. Just a tiny little bluegill on the old worm. Let's get him in the bucket and get some more.
We'll throw mine back. Yours is a much better. Okay. Well, you want to share?
Bye, buddy.
Goodbye. Thank you for your service.
I don't like fishing in the cold. It's literally like my least favorite thing to do. In the cold period, like that's just not good, bro. Oh, there's one. Giant. Let's go, baby. Little panfish. Giants only. Got a crappie? Granny with a crappie. I never had crappie before. Crappie? That's a good one.
Yeah, that's not bad, man.
What the heck? That is a slab and a half.
Not too shabby. We have some in these ponds that are twice the size, but
really?
Oh yeah, we got some big ones, man.
Dang.
But he'll do for now.
All right, let's put him in the bucket. Hi.
Hello.
All right, so we're packing up the car right now. Got our meal in there, and we got how many? 3 crappie
And 3 bluegill.
3 bluegill. All right, and we're gonna blacken and fry.
Yes.
Right.
So bluegill are definitely best fried, in my opinion. They tend to be a little bit more like fishy than crappie, although they're not like super fishy, but still more fishy. But crappie, honestly, they're fantastic any way you cook them. So we're gonna blacken some crappie, fry some bluegill, and show you how we like to do it here in Alabama.
Getting the fish out of the car right now. Branyan is highly discombobulated right now.
All my stuff is just spread everywhere. Crap! Discombobulated.
You need the fish.
You forget your cleaning table at your parents' house. Cooler, bucket, cutting board.
Nice. Star of the show right here, guys. The Beyond Blade. Originally Beyond Braid, but spun it off and made Beyond Blade. And Beyond Bubbles.
So I've never used this knife before, but I was looking at it earlier with Zuggy, and it's a really, really good looking knife. What I look for in a knife, I like a flexible blade for most things. Your general fillet knife that you want to use for like just filleting regular size fish, I like a flexible blade. Obviously you want a sharp tip, and this one has obviously a very sharp tip, and you don't have to have a good handle, but it always makes it a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable of a job if you have a good handle, and that's a pretty stellar handle right there. I'm pretty excited to use it. We're gonna give it a quick sharpen, or we might not even need the sharpen.
It's actually never been used before.
Oh, so we shouldn't even need the sharpen.
Nah, I don't think so.
And so we're gonna get right after it. These fish are still really fresh, obviously, still alive. So if they are, ideally, you would want to ice these down for a while, but we're fixing to start supper here. So you don't want to just start filleting the fish while it's alive. So what I like to do, I like to be as humane as possible and just brain the fish. And when you see their fins flare up like that and then kind of go relaxed, I'm kind of weird. I kind of start in the middle of the back on a lot of the fish that I clean, saltwater or freshwater, make a little incision, and then you just kind of follow that backbone right up to the head. And another reason, I'll say this before I go further, another reason you want to ice your fish, it makes them 1,000 times more easy to clean. If they're fresh like this, the meat's super soft still, and you don't have any firmness, so you're kind of...
Oh, I wasn't recording the whole time. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dude. I was like, oh no, we have to restart. The meat's super soft right now, and that does make it a little more difficult to clean, especially with smaller fish. So I would suggest you icing your fish for multiple reasons. All right, so a lot of people, they'll go ahead and take that side off. What I like to do, I like to leave the side on because it does make it a little easier for you to fillet your other side. And especially right now with the fish being so soft, the more help we can get, the better. Oh goodness. And you just kind of peel that backbone, trace that backbone like you're tracing a line, getting as much meat as you can off. As you can see his ribs right there. If you can see the ribs and make a noise like that when you run your knife across it, that's what you want. Stick that through, come down that side, pop it out, and then you can cut through the ribs if you want. You can cut over the ribs like this. It doesn't matter, as long as you don't get like an excessive amount of guts on your fillet. It's not really gonna matter. That's just kind of personal preference, whatever you want to do. Each fish I clean a little bit differently, so it depends on the fish. For crappie, their rib bones are easy enough to fillet over, so most of the time I just kind of trace them out like I did the backbone. Okay. And then when you get to that, cut up, get behind that head. Never waste head meat. Fish have a lot of meat that wraps around their head. A lot of people like cut like this. You're not missing a ton of meat, but as you can see right there, backbone is almost see-through. Barely any meat left except a little bit on the ribs right there, but that's okay. And that right there is gonna go to crawfish bait in a trap later on. So that is a cleaned crappie, and as you can see, you can't get much prettier meat than that right there.
No sir, that is pretty pretty.
Yep. Oh dude, like butter.
The on blade's working?
Yeah man, dude, that's pretty smooth. I mean, usually when you have a fresh fish like this that hasn't been iced, the skin is one of the hardest parts in my opinion, and that came off pretty smooth. I mean, as you can see, there's a little bit of skin left, but not enough to taste it.
Right.
I mean, that'll cook right out. Same deal with this side. Oh yeah dude, like butter.
Heck yeah.
Now we can move on to Senor Brim.
To Mr. Brim.
So with brim, you can clean them two ways, and we'll show you both ways. You can fillet them just like we did with the crappie with brim that are pretty good size like this, or you can clean them whole. And honestly, that's my favorite way of doing it, just because you waste very little meat. Just like we did the crappie, not much different. Brim do have a little bit different body shape, so you do have to keep that in mind when you're cleaning them. Every fish is a little different. Same thing, you leave that side on there and that helps you out on this other side, so you're not quite as uneven. That's gonna be yet another pretty pair of fish fillets. There's one. There's the other, and as you can see, these guys, while not quite as white as the crappie fillets, they are pretty darn close. Just as little a bloodline, but their meat itself is just not quite as pearly white, but pretty close. Kat, why are you drinking off the ground?
So we got all the fish cleaned, and Brandon is preparing them right now, and he's gonna give us the process. A little blackened and a little fried.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into it.
So we're gonna do a taste test for Zuggy since he's never had crappie.
Nope.
My two favorite ways are fried and blackened, so we have some fry batter right here. What I do with this, I mix half cornmeal and half flour, and then I season it up with my favorite seasoning. I personally like Old Bay, garlic powder, salt, pepper, you know, just the works like that. You can use Cajun seasoning, or you can buy this like pre-made at the store. I just like making it myself because it makes me feel cool. And then we have our beautiful little crappie fillets here, and then we have our fry pappy, which is this beautiful apparatus that we have here in the South that deep fries all your favorite food. We're gonna fry one of these crappie fillets. We're gonna blacken one. I don't know if Zuggy's gonna show you all that whole process, but at the end of it, we're gonna get Zug on a little bit of a taste test, see which one he likes best. But I think he's gonna like both because, like I said earlier, crappie is pretty dang good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
There's the beautiful fillets right there.
Filet.
Dropping them in the mixture.
Yes.
AKA Brandon's mixture.
The secret sauce.
And then mix that thing up.
Give it a good shake. Make sure it's all coated. Make sure your grease is hot. Don't touch the grease, just put your hand in there. And if you have bubbles on the top of the grease, most of the time that means it's piping hot. So our fish is thoroughly coated. If you have any bald spots, just make sure that you put a little more on there. And then the sweet, succulent golden crispies, as Lake Fork guy will call them.
This is definitely a ton of calories.
Oh, so much.
Oh no.
But here's the thing, guys. If you fry fish or if you blacken fish, neither one is really healthy. Because blackening, it's slightly more healthy because it's not deep fried, but you use so much butter that it's like, you might think you're eating healthier, but you're really not.
Right.
But anyway, they're both good, so that's why we're doing it.
Got it. I thought that was the crappie. I was like, where did it all come from?
All that crappie, man.
Look at all that crappie.
Alright, Alright, so first order of business for blackening, big thick stick of butter in the pan.
Boom.
We're going to let that heat up, and in the time that we are waiting, we will season up our crappie fillet. So we'll grab this crappie fillet right here, plop it down, and let's see what we're working with. So we got right here some Cajun seasoning. Really and truly, the best to use is like a true blackening seasoning, whether you make it yourself or not. I don't really have any right now because I used it all not too long ago. So we're just gonna make do with what we got. So if you ever buy River Road seasoning, they make some really good seafood seasonings. This is a seafood pasta seasoning technically, but I've used it for blackening and grilling before. Works really, really well. Gonna get a little coating over here. Right there. And like I said, this is not technically proper blackening seasoning, but we're making do with what we got. All right, and on this other side, we're gonna give it a little dash of Cajun. I'm not gonna go too heavy on this because this is really heavy in salt. I prefer a blackening seasoning that's not heavy in salt, but we got this. So now we sit, wait for this butter. So our butter's bubbling. You can start to smell it cooking up.
Sure can.
So we're gonna put this down. Really, for a true blackened fish or blackened shrimp, anything like that, you want a cast iron skillet because they can get really, really hot, and you can put oil in there that's not gonna burn at those temperatures. But with this skillet and butter, you can't make it as hot as you would normally because it'll just burn the butter and burn your fish. But this is good enough.
Alrighty guys, fish is done. Got the fry and got the blackened crappie. These are crappies, right?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Maybe.
All right. Yeah, the blackening process creates a lot of smoke.
Yes, it does.
So
we're gonna get a little taste test right here going and see if I actually like this stuff.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure I'll like it, but get some Chick-fil-A sauce or something to dip it in.
Oh yeah.
Not the blackened, obviously, but the fried. Gotta open the sauce, the most important part.
Always gotta have sauce.
Filet sauce. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Let's try the blackened first without any sauce. Because I usually don't eat blackened fish with sauce. Alright, first time trying crappie. Here we go.
Might be really hot. I don't know.
Wow, Brandon.
Pretty good.
Very, very good.
Dude, it's so flaky, isn't it?
Very. That is amazing, actually. That's actually probably the best freshwater fish I've ever had.
I'm telling you, man, it's very comparable to like snapper.
Dude, yeah, literally. When I was in Florida, it's the same thing. Alright, guys. Fried. Let's see how it is. I'll just rip a piece. There we go. Ooh, very hot.
Ooh, yeah.
Fried Chick-fil-A sauce. Ready?
Looks like
I didn't get a lot. Let me get another piece. There we go. Dip the crop in.
I'm amazed it's not like burning your mouth to pieces.
Wow.
Solid?
Very, very good. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Chef Brandon. This stuff's going to be linked down below. Go check him out. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoy it. All glory to God. Be positive. Just fish.
And fry your fish.